In 1988, Ron Lappin started the Jet-A-Marina tournament. Ron, he was Ranger through and through and still is today. He was doing the same thing in 96. When I came on board, I knew that we had to keep this going.
I was blessed and won the Jet-A back in 2014 with a close friend of mine, Tony Roberts. Here the last 3 or 4 years, we've been carrying on the generations and tradition, and me and my daughter have been fishing.
I fished the very first one in 1988. I've always tried to fish them when I could, because the one thing about the Jet-A-Marina tournament, it's always kind of a homecoming for me. I get to see people that's the only time of year that I get to see them, and for a lot of people that may be the only bass tournament that they fish, because it's such a fun event and it's such a, everybody that from every walk of life comes to fish it.
My memory's not as good as they used to be, but it's been a long time ago. I fished the first one. I didn't do real well at it because I was so green and young at the time, but I finally came around, and I fished it every year, just about every year they've had it.
It's fun, it's what everybody talks about. The morale is amazing. They do an excellent job on organizing this tournament, and I'm very excited about the payout. Just like everybody else is, the payout has always been great. There's 2 qualifying tournaments for a classic. The first qualifying tournament, you're fishing for $5,000. Guess what? They've thrown another tournament in. $5,000 first place.
I've been fishing the Jet-A since I was probably 10 years old. My dad and grandfather has fished every one of them, obviously until my grandfather couldn't fish them anymore and has since passed away. But my father has fished every single Jet-A-Marina that they've ever had.
This tournament has never been so much about the money, but it's always been the camaraderie. There's been so many relationships and friends and stuff, that's been on this tournament. I mean, it's just, this is the mainstay. The Jet-A-Marina is, you don't need marking on the calendar. You just know the weekend of Easter, we're fishing the Jet-A. That's one of the things about the Jet-A I've always loved the most. I mean, you're going to see, like James Dillon and some of the older guys, Roger Pickard. I mean, these guys have been here way before, when I was a pup. And then we've got, all the Murray State kids coming out, high school kids. I mean, we've got an unbelievable crop of high school kids they're good, man. I mean, they hit the water and they're ready. So, I mean, we've got a lot of good fishermen in this area.
One thing about the Jet-A-Marina tournament, it always has been the kickoff to the tournament fishing season. This is their first opportunity to get down here, and it's in the perfect time of the year because the fish are starting to spawn. You can fish by yourself if you want to. This is an annual event, and it's getting bigger every year.
I look forward to it every year, not so much just for the fishing, just to see the people that I don't get to see very often. It's a lot of fun. It's always at a good time of year when the fish are biting. But even if fish don't bite, I've been on both ends of that. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's always a great time. That's a great payout, especially for a very nominal entry fee, and there's a lot of opportunities there for people to come out and not enjoy fishing, but also win a little bit of money, and actually you could win quite a bit of money. Each event, the top 25 will move on to the championship, but the really neat thing about the event is even if you sign up, you come, you fish the event, say you don't catch a bass, they're going to randomly draw 5 people from each event that's going to go ahead and move on to the championship. And in that championship, you'll have a chance to win 2 4-wheelers. We're coming into the springtime. Boat shows are starting to come out. People are getting cabin fever, and people start going through their tackle boxes and sharpening their hooks and making sure they've got the right amount of baits. And that's one thing about the Jet-A-Marina. I can remember I would take so much meticulous time to get ready, make sure all my baits are ready, all my hooks were changed. And there's people that'll be doing that right now, getting ready for that first event in April.
The Jet-A-Marina tournament is just the tournament that we always circle on the calendar. Obviously, it's always the day before Easter, so we know, hey, right before Easter, we're going to fish the Jet-A, and then we're going to go to church on Sunday and enjoy Easter Sundays. It's a really big event on Kentucky Lake. The cool thing about Kentucky Lake is we're a tight-knit group of anglers. We all kind of know each other. We know what these guys do, how they catch them. We all are friends off the water. Again, it's just one of those tournaments where you want to win it. This will definitely be the biggest payout tournament on Kentucky Lake for the next year. Already had a great payout. Normally we're used to fishing just one tournament. Now you're going to get the whole series where, I'm not saying that nobody could win all 3 of them, and if you do, that's a big time payday and you get the bragging rights. So, I mean, it's a big deal.
Each tournament, the one in April and the one in May, will each be $5,000 for first place.
You don't have to be in the top 25 to get to advance to the Classic. They're going to draw 5 people, catch a fish or not. 5 random draws. If they draw your name, You're going to the Classic fishing for 2 ATVs in October. Getting with people at the weigh-ins and just hanging out and talking about the old days. You know, there used to be buddy tournaments around here all the time, and they were awesome. The Jet-A-Marina, it's still here. There's a reason for that. They care about the local fishermen.
We've got entry forms here, and I will be putting the entry form and the information on our website at www.jetamarina.com. We're very, very excited about it and hope to see you.